Yo, it's Crow. And remember how everyone was like, "Oh, Amber Heard isn't going to have the money to appeal this verdict against her for $10 million." Well, I mean, loophole. She's just going to ask the court to set aside the verdict. All right, let's talk about this because I thought this was kind of funny. I mean, look, I sort of expect there to be a lot of legal gamesmanship that's going on right now. But I guess let's read through the article because I saw it and I was just like, wow. I mean, of course, she's going to try to do anything she can. I don't believe she physically has the funds to actually pay Depp. She doesn't have the physical funds to appeal the decision. So outside of somebody flushing her with cash, which I think is likely, all she can do is, try to get the verdict dismissed somehow. Fairfax, Virginia, attorneys for Amber Heard Friday asked a Fairfax County Circuit judge to toss a jury's verdict that the actress defamed her ex-husband Johnny Depp. In a 43-page memorandum, Heard's legal team argued that the award, more than $10 million, was unsupported by evidence. They took issue with Depp's contention that he lost his role in Pirates of the Caribbean because of statements made by Heard in an op-ed, and they charged that at least one juror was not properly vetted by court officials. Okay, couple things there. First, when they talk about the evidence didn't support he lost the role in Pirates of the Caribbean, we had multiple people go up there and testify about this. The jury completely disagrees with them. But as far as one juror not being properly vetted, like I've seen a couple things that are kind of like wild, where you have jurors that literally know the defendant, like on a personal level. Tends to happen up in DC, but yeah, I wonder what they mean by he wasn't properly vetted, because at the end of the day, I feel like it's well, let's just keep going. I guess this is what they mean by a false juror, a fraudulent juror. Depp proceeded solely on a defamation by implication theory, abandoning any claims that Miss Heard's statements were actually false, argues the court brief signed by Elaine. Elaine is back! In an email, Ben Chu, who heads Depp's legal team, dismissed Heard's motion as what we expected, just longer, no more substantive. Oh man, that's funny. So they knew that they were going to try some shit like this. That's great. He said it was just longer. A trial pitting the two actors spanned 6 weeks from April until early June and focused on Depp's allegation that he was defamed by a 2018 op-ed that appeared in the Washington Post under Heard's byline. I think most people know about the actual the trial at this point. But again, if you watch the trial, I mean, you decide for yourself if you feel that evidence did not support the claims. The jury thinks that it does, and because Amber Heard's legal team can't convince a jury of like normal people, she's gone to a judge to try to get the judge to overrule everybody else. Kind of like the UK court case where a judge basically sat in a room, just like dismissed everything that was unfavorable to one side. Oh man, I mean, it worked in the UK. Right? Just go to the judge. Have the judge do it. The judge is better. Don't trust the people. The people don't like me. Oh, God. In the verdict, the jurors found that Heard defamed Depp with 3 statements in the op-ed. Yep. I want to see this thing about this juror, because that's the part that I'm... Oh, here we go. Heard's lawyer also asked the court to investigate whether one juror improperly served on the jury. On a court list, the juror's birthday was 1945, but the juror identified in the filing as Juror 15 was clearly born later than 1945. Oh my God. That's... Oh. Is it possible he just put the wrong date because he's an old man? Is it possible that that's what happened? Probably. But instead, just call him a fucking liar and say that he should be removed because he put his birth date wrong. Ah. This publicly available information demonstrates that he appears to have been born in 1970. This discrepancy raises the question whether Juror 15 actually received a summons for jury duty and was properly vetted by the court to serve on the jury. The court clerk's office has a statutory obligation to verify the identity of the jurors, but in this case, it appears his identity could not have been verified. I mean, look, that is an interesting argument. Hey. Well, let's see what happens with it. But I feel like maybe possibly because it said the jury or was it the juror's birth date was 1945 on the court list. It could just be a clerical error. It really could just be a clerical error. But yeah, I would imagine that they will pull out the stops, do anything they can to get this verdict dismissed, because Amber Heard just straight up does not have the $10 million to Johnny Depp.